Hey, casual tutorial time. Anyway, this video, much like Freud's conception of human personality, comes in 3 parts. This first part is green triangles. So first, let's make a green triangle. Okay, so here's how you make a green triangle. Okay, so start on the trapeze, kick it out this side, come over the wrist, land on that bottom string there, pull this string through. Okay. Now let's look at the structure of it for a bit. You notice that this top string is between my hands and the yo-yo is suspended under it by a loop that goes over the top string. By matters of symmetry, there are basically 2 ways that you can make this green triangle. In this case, you notice the yo-yo comes in from behind that top string. That makes this a backwards facing green triangle. So if you eject it out the front instead of the back, you end up with a knotted up mess, and it's dangerous, so don't do that. Instead, get into this green triangle and exit out the back. Okay, and you're good. By the same note, if you literally just drop that green triangle, so if you just let it go, just like, let go of it, you'll end up with a knot around your bearing. So don't do that. When you make green triangles, make sure you exit them, and make sure you exit them in the correct direction. An example of a frontward facing green triangle would be, if you get into the brother mount, then you kick the yo-yo up from behind everything, and then you mount it in from in front of everything. You end up in a frontwards facing green triangle, which you can then exit out the front. Okay. So that's fun. Another weird thing, I guess, about the structure of these green triangles is that those aren't the only 2 green triangle directions there are. You can also get interesting green triangles that face, let's say, well, instead of having a green triangle pointing in this direction towards, I guess, your non-throw hand, you can make ones that are facing your throw hand, but it's a little more difficult because of the way everything is structured. It's hard to explain, but let's see if I can make up something interesting. Okay, so if I'm here in a double or nothing, notice that this part here in the front seems perfect for making a green triangle. Okay, so where would you get this green triangle from? Okay, well, let's say we want it to be a backwards facing green triangle. Basically, you just want to mount that up in from behind, and you have a green triangle there. Okay, and the second video in this series will be all about these triangles, because they're actually really special. But anyway, that's another green triangle. Also, you can make green triangles that are upside down. So here's me trying to do an upside down green triangle, okay? I enter it there, I enter it through the front. So notice that that's a green triangle there, it's upside down. It's a little difficult to get it to form, but some good players, what they can do is that they can hop that yo-yo into the top string while they're in there to make it more apparent that that was a green triangle. So that's cool. And another thing you can do if you make an upside down green triangle like that, this is just the one I'm using because it's the only one that I know reliably. I mean, if you're practicing or if you're watching more videos, you can probably find good videos of other people making green triangles, but you have the green triangle there. It might be hard to see, but yeah, that's a green triangle there, and exits out the front. So anyway, usually when you're doing green triangles, you're going to be doing them as like an ending to a trick, like you're going to be doing some sort of cool combo or whatever, and then you're probably going to land in a green triangle, and then you're just going to end your trick somehow. Usually they're not done as tricks in and of themselves, but you can if you want to. Also, you can do suicides with them, so that's kind of cool. And one more green triangle that's kind of interesting that you might find useful would be, let's see, make sure my string tension is good before I try this, is, if you want, I guess, a couple green triangles that are sort of simple to get into and pretty useful. One of them is the Ninja Vanish. The way you get into that is by holding this backwards, and then you swing the string at the yo-yo as you lift it up, and in the end you end up in a front side green triangle. So there are videos explaining how to do that, so don't worry about that too much. But here's one that you don't see a lot of people describe. Okay, so you get in the trapeze, kick the yo-yo off this side, and then bring the yo-yo here and make the strings cross, and then catch the yo-yo there. Okay, so that's another front side one. It's really cool. It's a little hard to do, but it's one that is cool and you should know, and for some reason no one has made a tutorial on it. So that might take you a little bit of practice, but basically you trapeze, you kick it off there, you get the strings to cross, and then you have to hop the yo-yo up into that space where the hand is. So it's easiest to do it all in one motion, like that. So anyway, TLDR on this whole thing is that green triangles are a cool looking structure that you can make with your strings. They are asymmetrical, so it depends on what direction you form them. Sometimes you need to exit them out the front, sometimes out the back. That'll be based on the structure of them, and you'll need to think about that on a case-by-case basis. You can also make green triangles that are facing the opposite direction if you have some more specific structure in what you're doing. Can I get in one? Yeah, there it is. Anyway, that's a green triangle facing the opposite direction. And also you can make upside down green triangles that will reveal themselves when you cross your arms. Anyway, if you find this stuff useful, let me know. If you think this stuff is horrible, like if you think my videos are bad, just you can let me know that too, but it would be helpful if you give me some tips on how to improve. That would be good. If you want to support me and make sure that I keep making these, the best ways to do that would be to subscribe on YouTube, or to comment on YouTube. Likes on Reddit or YouTube are good. Dislikes are okay, but if you dislike without giving me a comment to tell me how I'm doing, that's just you being mean. No one likes a mean person, so if you're gonna dislike it, just give me a couple of pointers on what you didn't like about the video, and I'll try to improve. Anyway, this is part 1 of a 3-part series that will, the next 2 parts will be fun as well, so stay tuned for that. And if you have been liking it, thanks.